I asked over 100 professional mechanics a simple question. What's the fastest way drivers destroy their own cars without realizing it? Not mods, not abuse, not redline stupidity, just everyday habits. Things people do because the car still feels fine, because the warning light went away, because a friend said it was normal. And what surprised me wasn't the damage, it was how predictable it was. Different cars, different drivers, different years. The same exact mistakes, in the same order. What makes these mistakes dangerous isn't how dramatic they are, it's how quiet they are. The car still drives, the pedal still feels fine, the noise goes away, until one day it doesn't. In this video, we're breaking down 10 things mechanics say you should never do to your car, not because they're annoying, but because they quietly multiply damage over time. For each one, you'll see what drivers ignore, what actually starts failing underneath, and the moment where a harmless delay turns into catastrophic damage. If you want the habit that turns a harmless warning light into a blown powertrain, don't skip number 3. It's the one mechanics see right before engines fail. And if you think parking mistakes can't cost real money, number 9 is the one most drivers only learn after the tow truck leaves. What surprised me wasn't how big the mistakes were. It was how normal they felt. And the most expensive one usually starts with a light that most drivers wave off. Number 1. Ignore the check engine light. That small amber icon isn't a suggestion. It's a countdown timer tied to your wallet. You start the car cold, the light stays on, but it drives fine. A parts store scan says O2 sensor, so you wait. That's where people get burned. Modern cars set that light for misfires, cooling fan faults, slipping transmissions, and voltage drops. A $60 sensor guess can hide a misfire that cooks a catalytic converter or lets raw fuel strip cylinder walls. Pros don't stop at a code. They pull freeze frame to see RPM, load, and temps when it's set, check pending codes, scan technical bulletins, inspect wiring, and read fuel trims and live data. P0300 ignored turns into a plugged cat and overheated exhaust valves. Number 2. Drive on low oil. How many miles can you go 1 quart low? Fewer than you think, especially on turbo or GDI engines. You see the oil can flicker during hard stops, it disappears, and you promise a half quart at the next fill-up. That delay raises oil temps, whips air into the sump, and starves cam phasers and turbo bearings. Aluminum blocks hate dry starts, and rod bearings pay first. Here's why it snowballs. Oil pressure is lowest at idle, so that flicker is a real drop. Variable valve timing needs clean, steady pressure. Dirty or aerated oil makes phasers hunt and chains rattle. Low tension rings can burn a quart every 1,000 to 2,000 miles, so the gap grows fast. Hot turbos can coke oil, blocking their feed. Number 3. Skip oil changes. Stretching 5,000 miles to 10,000 doesn't save $60. It sets up a 4-figure failure. You trust the dash reminder and slide a few thousand miles past it. Meanwhile, your driving fits severe service. Short trips that never heat soak the oil, summer heat, stop and go, dusty job sites, maybe a hitch on weekends. That mix breaks oil down faster than the lab tests behind the glossy interval. Here's what actually happens. Oil shears thinner, so pressure falls, and timing chain tensioners lose their cushion. Fuel and moisture from cold starts dilute the oil, especially in GDI engines, stripping additives that keep sludge and varnish suspended. Turbo bearings ride on a razor-thin film. Once it degrades, heat wins and bearings score. Spend about $70 on scheduled synthetic service, or risk a $1,200 to $2,800 timing chain job, a $1,000 to $2,500 turbo, or a $4,000 to $7,000 sludge-induced engine. Speaking of cold starts, here's the warm-up habit that quietly shreds engines. Number 4. Warm up by revving the engine. A high idle on a cold morning feels helpful, but high revs on cold oil are a fast pass to wear. You start it, stab the throttle to get fluids moving, and pull out strong in under a minute. Cold oil is thick and slow, so relief valves behave differently and flow lags. Bearings, turbo journals, and cam lobes run on boundary lubrication instead of a full hydrodynamic film, so metal contact rises right when protection is weakest. Your ECU already raises idle to speed warm-up. The thermostat stays closed until coolant hits target, and the transmission warms even slower, so early revs just spike cylinder pressure before parts expand to proper clearances. That's the recipe for scuffed lobes, scratched journals, and timing wear. Number 5. Ride the brakes downhill. Brakes turn motion into heat. Ride them and you cook cash. On a long downhill, you hover on the pedal to stay safe. The hot, acrid smell at the bottom says otherwise. Continuous pressure keeps pads clamped, rotors glowing, and heat has nowhere to go. That's when fade hits, and your stopping distance grows right when you need it short. Here's what's happening. Overheated pads glaze and lose bite. Rotors develop hot spots that pulse the pedal. Brake fluid is hygroscopic, so moisture drags its wet boiling point down. Boil the fluid and vapor compresses. The pedal goes soft and braking drops. Modern cars still support engine braking. Select a lower gear or manual mode and let the engine hold speed. Number 6. Shift into drive while still rolling. That little clunk isn't harmless. It's your transmission paying your impatience tax. 3-point turn, you're rolling backward, and you slam it into drive. Inside, clutch packs and sprags catch that reverse to forward hit. Do it often, and friction plates glaze, teeth chip, and the valve body sees pressure spikes it can't bleed off cleanly. The hydraulic system expects a stop so it can schedule a smooth apply. You're forcing a crash engagement while fluid and solenoids are mid-command. CVTs and DCTs are even less tolerant. A CVT's belt and pulleys hate abrupt load reversals. A DCT's twin clutches aren't designed to absorb direction changes. They're timed for forward gear swaps, not reverse impacts. Manuals warn against this for a reason. Warranty language backs it up. Number 7. Use the wrong fuel type. It runs on regular just fine, until the knock you can't hear starts billing you. You save a few bucks, fill a premium required engine with regular, and the ECU yanks timing. It feels normal, but power drops and exhaust temps climb. That heat accelerates carbon on valves and loads the turbo and catalytic converter. With direct injection and small turbos, the safety margin is razor thin. Know the labels. Premium required means designed for higher octane. Recommended means it will run on regular with less performance. Octane resists knock and helps prevent low-speed pre-ignition, LSPI, the nasty, early combustion that can bend rods or crack pistons. Ignore the spec, and you can also risk warranty denial if failure links to wrong fuel. Number 8. Ignore overheating warnings. Every mile driven while hot can turn an engine into scrap. The temp needle creeps, the heater blows cold, and there's a sweet smell. You kill the AC and nurse it home. That choice stacks damage fast. Overheating warps aluminum heads, cooks head gaskets, and can push coolant vapor into the exhaust where it collapses catalytic converters. Bearings lose their oil film, and the engine can seize. A small coolant loss can spike temps in minutes. Here's what's at play. The pressure cap raises boiling point, lose pressure, and coolant flashes to steam. Additives prevent corrosion, but electrolysis eats metals when chemistry breaks down. With no circulation, hot spots skyrocket. Do 3 things: hazards on, pull over safely, shut it down, and call a tow. Spend $150 on a tow and $200 on a hose. Or risk a $2,000 to $3,500 head gasket, or a $6,000 to $10,000 engine. Once you stop, don't undo it with the next parking lot mistake. Number 9. Slam the transmission into park. That click you hear on a hill is a steel pin standing between you and gravity. You stop on an incline, slip the shifter into park, ease off the pedal, and let the car settle. Now, the entire weight is wedged against a small pawl that locks a notched gear on the transmission's output shaft. It's not a wheel chock. Load it hard and you can chip the pawl, bind the selector, or stretch the shifter cable. That's how you end up yanking a stuck lever or fighting a harsh release. Here's the fix. Come to a full stop, keep your foot on the brake, set the parking brake firmly, then shift to park. Release the foot brake last, so the brake system holds the car, not the pawl. That habit costs seconds and avoids $500 to $1,800 repairs. The parking brake is the hero, park is the backup. And if your brakes aren't healthy, none of this matters when you need to stop now. Number 10. Drive with worn brake pads. The squeal is a courtesy call. The grind is a collection notice. It starts as a faint chirp at low speeds. You delay because the pedal feels fine. Weeks later, braking sounds like gravel, and the pedal shudders. That noise is metal on metal shaving the rotors, overheating caliper seals, and loading the slide pins until they stick. Stopping distances grow, ABS steps in more often, and moisture-laden fluid boils sooner, softening the pedal right when you need bite. Here's what you missed. Pads have wear indicators that squeal before the friction layer is gone. Under 3 to 4 millimeters, heat spikes, and the backing plate soon meets the rotor. Repeated heat cycles age the fluid, dropping its boiling point and inviting fade. Scored rotors and seized calipers multiply the bill fast.